you know, is fun. I don't know where to go from there.
Your boy started choking.
Perfect timing, because
Boy aspirated. Boy aspirated. This ain't water play, boy.
Welcome back to Highly Debatable, the channel where we debate today's hottest topics. This week we got a real juicy one for y'all.
Real spicy.
There's been a lot of talk lately, you know, going all around Twitter, social media, everything like that regarding Travis Scott, especially prior to the release of Astroworld, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So Travis Scott, you know, like I said, very solid artist. You know, he dropped track after track, album after album, all in flames. So today what we got for y'all is what is his best album. So
I'll start it.
But first,
okay.
let me go ahead and make a nice little preface to the video real quick.
Okay.
Now, we had some discussions about doing a separate video than this, and we were going to discuss the whole and bring up the whole shenanigans that have been happening lately and just pure disrespect from the artist Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj has some choice words for my man Travis Scott, and I felt very disrespected for this. The group felt very disrespected, I feel. We don't got no Nicki Minaj fans here, do we? Okay,
no.
good.
I mean,
so,
she got
I don't want to hear it.
Tracks,
I don't even want to. If you say anything good about her, I ain't trying to hear it. But basically,
what was that one track?
What track?
It was like, you got smoke, you got smoke, you got.
Boy, if you don't get
Hold on.
Boy, if you don't get that, boy.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't even.
I know what you're talking about.
I know which one it is.
Yeah,
I know which one
you
it
can't
is.
tell me that.
It's gotta skedaddle.
Yeah, y'all didn't used to bump that?
Yeah, I don't
Never.
I know me either, dog. Me either.
So basically what it was is that we were going to put up her latest album versus Travis' album, since that's what she wanted to do. But it turned out that would just be a slander fest.
Yep.
So we decided not to do that. So I just want to make the statement now. Nicki Minaj is trash. Simple. Done. And then we're going to continue with the video today where we're going to discuss the real artist here, Travis Scott, and what we believe to be his best work in our opinion. So we've decided to go with a very solid 3. Rodeo, okay, and I know what y'all thinking, like days before it was really hot. It was hot, okay. We're not discussing that today.
We've eliminated mixtapes.
Yeah, so
days before Rodeo.
and yeah, so it's just albums.
And we got rid of Huncho Jack.
Huncho Jack doesn't count.
It's trash.
Sorry, I just don't count. It's not Travis. It's
There's
not
no
him.
point in debating
So we got Rodeo, Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight, and then we got Astroworld, of course. And then Get Real.
Yep, it just dropped. So I'll go ahead and set the tempo. Number 1, Astro.
Okay.
That's my number.
I knew
one.
it was
Not a surprise.
That's my
Not
number.
And
a
if you want to go ahead and rank down real quick too, what you would.
Well,
It's because he's a hype beast.
no, not a hype beast. Artists make new albums to be better than what they previously released. That's the whole point of making a new album.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
I'm hearing them out.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What artist would, put out a new album just for it to be worse than what they previously recorded? Right? Is that
Okay.
fair?
I see what you're saying.
So, just because it's his most recent does not mean it can't be his best.
I mean, unless they go like a different route. I remember when Lil Wayne dropped his rock album.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, it could be different.
Yeah, it can be different.
There's no
So
way
it
it's
doesn't.
the best album.
Yeah, that's not. Well, that's obvious. That was just different pursuits. But I mean, he was trying to break through a different scene, different genre. But
Right.
this is just Travis.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just him. And I thought it was very hot. There was only, let's see, 17 tracks. Okay, there's only 1, maybe 2 that I would skip.
What are those?
NC-17.
Yeah, for sure. NC-17.
And No Bystanders.
Wow, I've heard a lot of people
Ooh,
say
I don't know
NC-17.
about no bystanders.
I've
Yeah,
heard
I cannot agree with you there.
That's fine.
That's one of
That's
his.
fine.
That's honestly, I feel like as far as him getting hype on the album, I feel like that's one of the hypest tracks or
That
verses that he
probably
had coming in.
the
He just came in with flames on his head.
And then NC-17. I mean, we've been driving that there for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say NC-17.
Now, listening
is their favorite.
through-
Now, see, this is what. Don't be misconstrued. I'm not saying they're bad tracks.
No, of
they're
course
just not.
Just not.
There's
up to
17
par
on
with
here.
the other ones that you, as you feel.
They're 16 and 17.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, something had to be last on the
Yeah.
album for me.
Yeah.
So it's not bad though. It's not bad, but I think the whole album is phenomenal, and that's why it's number 1 for me, because there's not, there's really nothing that I just thought was bad. And then the features of his 3 albums that we just named, to me, this is his best features. These are my favorite features so far. First of all, he threw Frank on the album.
I can
that,
agree.
Him with Frank Ocean like that. Okay, and that's something I will agree with. That's one reason why I like Astro a lot, is solely because
Right.
I like the album, but the features that he put
The
on
features
there
were great. Frank Ocean, Drake, Sway Lee, Cuddy, James Blake, and Stevie played the harmonica. All 3 of those, Cuddy, James Blake, and Stevie, were all on the same track. The Weeknd twice. 21 Savage, he's alright. Then he had Gunna on there. He technically had Nav. I mean,
Yeah.
And then the Don Toliver feature on Can't Say, that was great. And then he had Quavo on Offset. I mean,
And can't say it's just such a hot track.
I mean, it is. I think
it is. It's a great
I
track.
think it's the hottest track on the album.
Ad-lib on it.
I mean, so I that's my number 1. That's my number 1. Now, number 2 was hard. After I was looking at the tracks and everything, some people might be triggered, but Birds is my number 2.
Oh, I mean, come on, man.
I'm talking about.
I would be disrespected.
I know you would be disrespected.
I would be disrespected.
But more so the viewers.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
I've seen some
people got different opinions, man. If you're coming, so like basically, I think a reason that we resonate with Travis so much and the sound that he produces is because, first of all, geographically, I mean, we're right next to where he's from.
Yep.
H-Town is literally like how far? A couple hours down the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think that just it was the same way like before we had the Thunder. Everybody was rocking with either like the Mavs or whoever
Right.
maybe Texas team like sports teams or where
Rockets,
you were at.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think is really cool, and I just feel like Travis has got a sound that nobody's able to replicate, and I don't think he's biting off anybody. I think it's just truly Travis.
No.
So
No. He's perfected the auto tune.
Why did you put? I want to know why you put Rodeo at the bottom.
I like Rodeo a lot. Let me say that. Let me make this clear. Every one of his albums are phenomenal. I mean, if you consider Huncho Jack his album, then all right, there's a flop. But if we're just talking, there's a flop.
Disgusting.
But if we're
Disgusting.
talking, Birds, Rodeo, and Astro, they're all phenomenal. I could put all 3 of them on, just let it play through all 3 albums and be fine.
easy.
But Birds, for me, that's what really put me on to Travis. Like, I had liked songs like Oh My This Side,
Please.
Okay, Alright, and Antidote. Those are all songs that I like. I was like, alright, Travis is
Get
hot.
Apple Pie.
He's a good artist. Yeah, and see, I had never even heard Apple Pie,
Right.
until a little
Later.
while later. Yeah, but those were all tracks that I had heard, and I was like, okay, Travis, he's pretty hot artist. I like him. So there was like an anticipation for Birds for me, and then as soon as Birds dropped, it didn't disappoint.
Right.
Everything that I was hoping it was, it produced. I mean, the ends, again, the features on it. He has Andre 3 stacks.
The features.
I
were
mean, he had
nasty.
3 stacks on the ends, and then he had Nav. I'm a big Nav fan. It's just me. He had Nav on Beads in the Trap. He had Cassie on the SDP interlude.
Yeah, which is just.
which I literally just found out today.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I didn't know that was
like
Cassie.
Rita, I've listened to SDP interlude. It's one of my favorite songs on the whole album. I've listened to it, numerous times, and just found out today that it was Cassie. He had 21 again. He had Kendrick on, everybody knows Goosebumps.
Come on.
He had Bryson Tiller on First Take. First Take's again one of my favorite tracks off the album.
Tippy top.
Quavo and Thugger on Pick Up the Phone, and then The Weeknd on Wonderful. I mean,
Yeah.
the features were just hot again
It's
for
just
me.
extremely hot.
And like every one of those songs that I pretty much just named, there's only like, on this album, there's only like, I don't even really know.
Which you wouldn't bump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, man, what would I not?
It's one of the few actual albums I can truly sit and listen through
Yeah.
every single song.
Yeah.
Because everybody likes to say, I'll listen through this album and that's a good album. I'll listen to the whole thing. Bro, you didn't listen to the whole thing.
Mhm.
Okay, you're lying. You liked a majority of the songs. Don't come around me telling me that. When I tell you I listened through Birds in the Trap, and continue to do that, I do that. So
Yeah, and that was tough though. Putting Birds at second was tough because when I looked at the trap listing for Rodeo, some of my all-time favorite Travis songs, a decent amount came from Rodeo.
yeah,
Like I
I
think
could've known.
Birds as a whole album is really great, and I can listen to all of it, which is why like for me, Rodeo, there's just of the 3 albums, there's just a couple more songs in me that I just don't really care for.
Mhm.
Like, but some of my all-time favorite, like Apple Pie is one of my all-time favorite Travis tracks, and it's on Rodeo. On My This Side is one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Yeah.
It's on Rodeo. Maria, I'm Drunk.
please come
I'm
on.
trying to think if it's top 10 for me, but it's up there. It's
Top
really
10.
high.
Definitely top 10.
It's really high.
Easily.
So I mean, and it's on Rodeo. So the tracks that I do really like, a few of them come from Rodeo, but I just think Birds as a whole compilation was just better than Rodeo. So.
All right, all right,
I'll go next.
solid enough.
We'll get straight to it. Birds is number 1 for me.
What?
Yeah, Birds. Because I remember whenever it dropped.
I thought you were going to Rodeo. I'm not gonna lie.
I could have saw that. I could have saw that.
no.
Wow,
It was close,
okay.
very close. But I remember when Rodeo first dropped, and because we all heard, DBR, Days Before Rodeo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's arguably his best work ever. I mean, you just
And where-
encapsulated the way we envisioned Travis to sound. So dark, so like methodical, and
Like
it's
the
just
church organ, like the keys, like the dark keys
yes,
that were being
the whole
played.
dark thing with DVR is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So whenever I first heard Rodeo, I was like, it's hot, but it's not. I like Days Before Rodeo better than Rodeo,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was a little let down. Not to say that Rodeo is bad.
Right.
I mean, Rodeo is a great album. It's just I like Days better.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever you dropped Birds, I remember the first literally the whole month I didn't even play anything else.
Yeah. Horse.
Like the month.
Yeah.
And I remember liking every single song. I was just telling them before the video, First Take is a hot track. It's just I feel Bryson Tiller could have came a little harder on the track. But I mean, other than that, that's really the only track. I don't even skip it really. I mean, I tolerate his part, but I mean, it's still a great track. And then number 2 is Rodeo for me. Number 2, Astroworld Last.
Right.
I mean, that dark sound is what I associate
With Travis.
with Travis.
Right.
And so you got songs like Impossible, Never Catch Me. I mean, Pornography, On My Decide. I mean, you got all the dark stuff on this album, and Flying High is really the only one. If I'm not feeling it, I'll skip.
Yeah.
Right.
Flying High is really the only one. And at that, this 15
And dude,
tracks, dude.
Dude, let me just say right now, the tracks you just listed off, you're missing a key component of that 90210.
I mean,
Bro, that's what I was talking about with the keys, like the don't like that, bro. See, that's like that dark Travis that
Yeah.
we were talking about there, and so I see what you're saying with that, most definitely.
now Astro, I put Astro last because, Birds is just something out of this world. Birds is just, you can't mess with Birds. And
It's
Rodeo,
crazy to me because I've seen a lot of on Twitter. I've seen a lot of people say that.
Birds is last.
A lot of
I've seen
uncultured
that.
swine on Twitter.
Uncultured.
I've even seen people go as far as say they enjoyed Huncho better than Birds.
Now
I've seen it.
Now
There's no boost here. I'm not trying to downplay because, like I said, I put Birds second,
Caveman.
and it's one of my favorite albums ever.
and I bet they listen to One Direction.
But
too.
I have seen some scandalous statements on social
I
media
can't even discuss
regarding
that. I can't
regarding Birds.
even think about you, tolerate you, or try to have a conversation with you if you're gonna tell me Huncho Jack is better than anything, any like feature.
Because I saw a meme
That's wild.
and it was like some dude. This was just like it had to be like a week or 2 weeks ago. Some dude taking out the trash, and they photoshopped Huncho Jack on the dude's head, and the trash bag was Birds.
Yeah, I've seen.
I can't.
You've seen.
I didn't
I
see
can't
that
tolerate
one,
it.
but you know that meme where it had the Krusty Krab
Yeah.
and
Yup,
the chum
yup.
bucket?
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen
I've
that.
seen
I've
that
seen people put,
They're
Huncho
trolling.
on the
I remember
crab.
just
You
trolling.
They're doing it for the retweets.
I showed you that pic, and we were beyond triggered.
Like,
It was-
dude, I'm about to make a burner and get
Yeah.
to work. I'm about to straight up. I'm straight up.
No, gee, and I mean, the reason I put Astro last is one, because I mean, the hype hasn't settled really. We haven't seen
Right,
what this
right,
is like when it's aged.
And that's another factor
And that's
to put into
and
this.
that's like, and then these songs are there's 17 tracks, and the album's only like it's less than an hour.
Yep.
So they're all relatively short tracks too.
Mhm.
So I mean, you're getting a lot for
And a lot of
less than an hour, and then
Yeah.
these tracks are well over an hour. I mean,
Right.
these albums are well over an hour. So, I mean, not that Astro's bad. I've been playing it nonstop. It's just Birds and Rodeo just slightly edge it out. That's really all it comes down to. I just like the darker
feel that.
tones
I feel that.
with Travis. Than and then his production on Astro's got to be the best.
Man,
Yeah.
hey, I'm
If I make
glad
mine.
you said that.
Because
Crazy.
his production has gotten so much better.
Man,
Yeah, it's
bro,
insane
it
on that.
has.
But like I said, I mean, it's new, and I prefer Travis's dark side better than what he has going on, his like psychedelic stuff with Astro.
I'll go ahead and take it.
All right.
Going off what my man Jordan said, number one album for me definitely has to be Birds in the Trap.
What? So are we about to go? Are we about to go 3?
Well, we
I
don't
guess
know. We
one.
don't know.
If you say anything other than Birds, you literally were just talking
We
about
know you
how
did.
you would
We
get
know.
birds tattooed on your face.
And I
You were literally just talking about that.
Statement stands.
So it has to. Wow, that was a shocker
That
right
is-
there.
I thought
I
it was
was
a rodeo.
expecting you. 100%. I thought this man was
Well,
gonna go
okay,
rodeo. I
see,
really did.
Me too.
I
I thought both of you had the potential to go rodeo.
Hey,
I like
you know I like
rodeo.
Because I remember
You know
Reed
I like-
bumping
Yeah.
days before rodeo and rodeo hard.
I bumped both of those extra hard. For
Like,
sure.
I like both of those, but I just didn't bump them as hard as
Yeah.
Birds or Astro. But I remember this man Reed, like,
Really going
especially
up.
days
Yeah.
before rodeo.
DVR.
I mean,
this man used to.
every-
DVR's on the pedestal. It's
Yeah,
come
DVR's
And then-
top.
It's so hot that we didn't even include in the video. It's still here in the video.
Exactly.
It is.
That's
It is.
how
It
hot
is.
that was.
Well,
So,
and then rodeo too, like Jordan was saying, I like it a lot. I like there's probably not a track on the album that I'll skip, and especially Antidote. That's when, because I think that came out as a single before the album.
did, yeah.
And so that got me like real hyped up for the album, because I thought Antidote was great, because like you're saying, it's got like those kind of darker tones.
Yeah.
And I like
and I know y'all remember watching the Vines and Lil Mayo, the aliens.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Little bit. Reed and I used to watch Lil Mayo all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Maria, I'm Drunk used to bump that all the time, and everything off the album is great. It is, and for me, okay, honestly, it goes like, there's not even really, after Birds Sing in the Trap, or Birds in the Trap, it's not like a second or third, you know what I mean? I feel like, it's honestly, Rodeo could be out on the same platform as Birds in the Trap for me.
Yeah.
But, if I just had to pick one definite top one, it'd be Birds in the Trap, because, you got, well, let me look at the track list real quick. But like I was saying, you said what? You got songs on here, you got like Way Back, that's one of the hottest tracks on there.
bro.
I need
For
fair.
sure.
Way back. Yeah. James Harden with the range on me. Way back.
Hopped in the Broncos skirt.
Yeah. And then,
Ooh, that beat is so bad. I just heard it in my mind. It got hype.
This bananas.
well, and then one of the biggest factors on this album that I put this first is because Kid Cudi is probably my all-time favorite artist.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
over any genre, anything
And those
like
hums.
that. And the hum, bro. Oh my god,
Dude,
bro.
people forgot about those Cudi humps.
I could listen to an album of him humming.
Yeah.
I'd be like that Michelle Obama meme where she's like,
I'm gonna keep that.
I'll be like the Jay-Z.
yeah. So, and then two for me, I felt like that kind of was like a comeback for Kid Cudi in a way, because I think the last album that he came out with was Speed and Bullet to Heaven, and I mean, like you said, it's different and whatever. I've seen a lot of praise towards Speed and Bullet to Heaven, but I didn't like it
very
at
hot.
all.
There was very hot tracks that were on there, but there were very few. It was very
Right.
Yeah, at the time, he got admitted into that.
Yeah, so he was definitely going
Yeah,
through
yeah.
it at
Right.
the time,
And
it
then
really helped.
And then he comes out with this, and I felt like it was just a nice, like,
Because
shout
when I
out to the
first
band,
heard it,
like,
it was just like, is that
Kid-
Buddy?
Bro, yeah, that's
like,
how
Buddy
it
was
was.
silent. Like, I haven't heard nothing.
You
from
heard
this.
that first hum and
Yeah.
it tingle went up
I was
his
like,
spine. I know who that
Buddy moment.
It's like that Bobby Hill meme where he
With the red eyes glare over
Yeah.
Buddy.
But and then I feel like this song captures like a lot of different aspects. You kind of got like those, chill vibes, just with your hoodie up, in the car or whatever. And then you got stuff like Lose on there. I mean, that's one of
Lose
those
is
like, yeah.
phenomenal,
And
man.
then-
Very good track.
And like I said, Sweet Sweet. That's one of my
Woo!
top five.
Sweet Sweet is
Travis
so-
Scott's.
Yes.
And then SDP interlude, bro. I mean, like every song, just like you were saying, every song on
Yeah.
the album, like I can just let it play from beginning to end, like no
Literally.
skipping, nothing at all. And I mean, it's got 14 songs, so I feel like it's not too long, but I feel like it just captured everything perfect in the moment. And then Goosebumps too.
Come
that
on.
came out
Oh,
as
dude.
Came
Come
out
on.
as a single.
Bro, I so
before-
wish I'd have been
Dude,
in that
because
concert.
I went to that concert and he performed it 14 times.
Yeah.
Bro, I listened to
Insane.
it, bro. I remember when it came out. It came out like the weekend. It was some weekend that I was headed back to Tulsa. So like the 2-hour drive, I played that song like no joke, probably like over 20 times.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, like this is just bro.
I'd have been in there crying, bro.
Bro, I was like, and then
He'd have got to the number like playing it the nighttime, not have been in there like,
bro. And then when Kendrick Lamar came on too, and then I feel like with Kendrick's verse on there too, man, like it
Yes.
really took me back to man, Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad
Kendrick,
City.
like, you
What's
know.
up?
I was mistaken.
When you said they were both well over an hour, I was like, I didn't
It
know.
seemed longer. I was
Birds
mistaken.
over an
Sorry, I
hour.
didn't mean to cut
No,
you.
you're good. You're good.
Birds is 58 minutes. So Astroworld and they're right at 58, 59. So
Mhm.
I was mistaken.
I mean, and then like I was saying, like Kendrick's feature on there, it took me back to those Good Kid, Mad City vibes. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, so I was like, this song, bro, is just
Yeah.
perfect, like in every aspect. And so, I mean, like I said, that really does it for me. And then Rodeo would probably be number 2 without a doubt, because
My man, that's what I'm talking about, dog.
yeah, Rodeo is absolutely number 2. And then coming in last for me is gonna be Astroworld. And it's not that Astroworld is
That's-
bad. I mean, I like Astroworld a
Wow,
lot.
man.
Like you said, Jordan, I've been listening to it like every day. Like I listened to it today, like every time I got into the
Yeah.
car. But for me, it's okay. This is I'm gonna say something, and you're definitely not gonna like it.
Okay, that's fine.
But Astroworld to me is more of an album that I bump when I'm like out, for the night or something, like at a party or pregame or with the boys or something. We're getting lit. Sorry, mom. But something like that, what I mean? It's not something that I'm just like in my car vibing to, like on a road trip or just like, got my headphones in and in my own little space. It's something that like, a song comes out like Astro Thunder or Yosemite when it comes on like at the function or something, you know what I mean? So it just,
Yeah.
Astro Thunder? If Astro Thunder came out at the function, I'd be like, change this.
okay, it's,
Astro Thunder is probably the last song on that whole album that I would want to be at a function.
It's
at.
more so
like,
that
Hey,
you
hey, you
don't
gotta
want-
play that No Bystanders. This is gonna be
Yeah,
first
or,
track you throw on.
or even NC-17 would be solid for a function, but Astro Thunder?
bro, just because you never been on your level and then you heard it.
Oh! Okay, so it's no secret throughout the video, y'all already know where I'm headed. By my reactions, you can already tell my number 1 guaranteed, Birds in the Trap Singing Night.
Yeah.
Man, I can't tell you how much this changed my view on, and I will say almost altered me and took me to take music more serious, because because I've always loved music and I've always dived into it and I've always been inside of all genres except for country, except for like 4 songs. So, from alternative rock to anything you can think of, classical, metal, hip hop, R&B, 1000% I'm in, right? But I never seriously took an artist and said, I'm gonna follow this artist and listen to everything that they have, like except for like maybe a couple times, right? So
See, that was me after
You know what I'm saying?
after Days Before Rodeo. Man.
Right,
Like, I remember when that came out, I was like, who is this?
and see, I wasn't even on like when Days had initially came out. I wasn't on Travis.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I wasn't on Travis. Nobody put me on.
Right.
I was, and actually at the time,
And even
I was
when
really
Rodeo
bad into
dropped, it was
alternative
just
rock and
like-
stuff.
yeah.
And so it was just a different thing. Rodeo was really where I caught on, and I'd heard a couple songs off Rodeo. Oh My Good Side, 90210, KCL. I mean, amazing. All right.
Did y'all like 3500?
3500 was extremely
Okay,
hot.
I hadn't heard anybody mention that yet.
It's
I'm just
extremely
like,
hot, but
man,
I'm putting 90210 above that
Okay,
song.
okay.
Like 90210 was
That's
huge for
Louis-
me.
that's
Pray for
Louis'
Love.
type song.
That's
Pray
Louis-
for Love with The Weeknd was just amazing. I mean, we can literally go through, and probably one of my top tracks off this album, excluding Maria I'm Drunk, because that's just one of my top Travis songs ever. Nightcrawler, dog. Dude, when
I was just about to say,
Nightcrawler,
I'm
when
glad
Sway Lee
somebody-
comes in,
But bro,
freaks come out and
even more than that, the Chief Keef, bro. Can we talk
Yeah,
about?
I know he's got
Yeah.
bang bang, like he just got
Can we talk about how iconic it is that Travis on any of his discography has a Chief Keef feature?
Yeah,
Whether
it's-
it be just, you know, bang
just-
bang.
He like literally had Chief Keef come in, and then and then the production even like comes and switches up for Chief for a second. It's like goes to that drill track real quick. So yeah, definitely huge. Rodeo, huge album. Rodeo is gonna have to be my second as well. And it's not even like I'm gonna hop on the train here or anything. I've got some different points I want to make here with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's 3-1.
Like I'm dapping my man up here.
3-1.
I'm dapping him up.
That was for me, though.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, you know it's right here.
I
I'm
mean,
dapping
we
him up,
had-
but let me dap my man up here too.
I'm good, fam.
I'm good. I'm good,
It's a
love.
one-man army over
Enjoy.
here.
All right, y'all. We appreciate you tuning in this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Drop your, what you think is the best album in the comments. Let us know. Give us some feedback. We appreciate all the support. We're gonna be rolling out more content for y'all, so stick with us. I'm Reed.
Ross, Jordan.
Nick,
We out.
Deuce.